Good morning from windswept Ennerdale Valley. Pillar here with clouds whizzing all over it, just to give you an idea of how blustery things are. Today's plan is to go up to Red Pike, then on to Starling Dodd, Great Bourne, and return to the valley by Gibson Knot. Weather forecast initially was quite poor. I'm going to see how it goes and hopefully enjoy every step of the way. Thanks for joining me. Now, Ennerdale is one of the few places in the Lake District that can be a bit of a challenge to get to, but also because of that it's really nice and quiet. I like to stay at Ennerdale Youth Hostel, YHA, and then I'm actually on the doorstep of these awesome fells. I can get to the break in the forest, go straight up the edge of Red Pike, initially follow the valley trail here through to the bottom of Red Pike, and it makes getting up onto the fells that much simpler, that much quicker, and enjoy that scenery sooner. So the track just meanders just off the main Ennerdale route, all nicely marked on an OS map, hidden by bracken at the minute, and it'll take us up and round to the edge of the gap in the forest and up onto the fell. So it doesn't take too long just to rise a little bit out of the valley, and then the main course starts to hove into view. Just the rear flanks of Red Pike, the southern flanks of it. So press on. I've not done this route in, don't think I've done this exact route in about 40 years since I left school and wanted to get quickly into Buttermere. Let's see if it's as taxing as remember. It certainly feels it 40 years later. So as we look south, the boiling clag over Pillar has extended further along the ridge, given the wind direction. Now it's only a matter of time that either boils itself off, rains, or just is blown away by the wind. But I think it's going to make its way all along the southern skyline of Ennerdale, and that potentially can come in this direction, dropping the cloud base, reducing the visibility to zero, and potentially starting some heavy rain. So with that in mind, I've enjoyed the bit of colour on the edge of the fell here. It's nice sometimes to stop and smell the roses, as it were, even if it's heather. But it's nice, even on this, well, it's quite a straightforward route. You can see it winding back into the valley there, the little gap in the trees. It's just nice sometimes to stop and take it in. This is why you're here. So getting near to the summit, we're going to start to find the path less defined. However, if you just look up to your right, probably about here, you're going to see a few cairns and then the remains of the iron fence that ran across the fell. And then the path, once we've summited at Red Pike, we're going to take a westerly direction down across the shoulder onto Starling Dodd, then Great Bourne. Just got a rainbow at the end of the valley, bit of drizzle maybe around there. But I don't think we're too far off the summit just to start the main event, and the rest of the sort of Lamplugh fells there sort of rolling into the distance. Oh, yes. Red Pike, fantastic. Overlooking beautiful Buttermere. There we go. Ooh. And there's Bleaberry Tarn. What a view. Water on the northwestern hills, like Gillerthwaite. What a fantastic route. Gets you height nice and quickly, gets you those views. Plenty of places to stop along the way. Behind it all, Pillar, keeping an eye on you. fantastic. Well, there we are, a bit of shelter. So, as I said about this fell on the route up it, lots of height very quickly. It's at the centre of many things, many views right across this part of the Lake District. And I think you'd agree for, what's that, what time is it now? How long has that taken? Oh, let's have a look. So, an hour and 15 from setting off from Ennerdale Youth Hostel, 1 hour and 15 minutes. Hey presto. Woo! So thank you Red Pike. Let's see what Starling Dodd has to offer. Obviously amazing views. Hopefully you can hear me. There we go. Cross the saddle and on our way. So waiting for you between Starling Dodd and Great Bourne, which I'm approaching now, vast swathes of this lovely purple heather. And if like me your nose is a bit bunged up, I can't smell it properly, but this time of the year, August, you wouldn't think so. It's absolutely lovely. Just that hint of alpine meadow, if you get me. That smell associated with the outdoors. It's lovely, and so far pretty much you wouldn't think so for August, given the weather, but I've had the fells all to myself pretty much all day. I'm so lucky. There we go. Great Bourne with its 616 metres. Our shelter. There we go. Made it. There we go. Really awesome. Pretty good. I think that weather's starting to catch me up. It's, views are deteriorating at the eastern end of the valley, so I think let's try and find the descent from Great Bourne before I lose all the visibility. Let's see what we find. So as I say goodbye to Great Bourne, it seems like the route, did my homework, is going to take us down just across the flank of the mountain, and then we're just going to come round the edge of Bowness Knot there, which will take me into the shelter of the trees and hopefully keep me out of the worst of the rain, which seems to be pecking at me back of my neck. So we'll see. A fantastic day so far. The whole journey, and I'm descending now into the valley, has only taken 3 hours. It's not a race, that's just half the distance that I planned to do because of the weather. I was going to do it from Scarth Gap and all the way along the northern skyline, but circumstances being what they are, I think sometimes you have to err on the side of caution. So, a nice treat there in the form of a little hidden waterfall. It's a place I've never been here before. I'll check which little beck it's sort of dribbling down. In the meantime, the weather's still closing in. I think it's wise, if I just continue to make some progress down the fell, back into the valley. What a nice little treat that was. Never knew that was there. Everywhere you look, purple now. Lovely part of the walk. Lots and lots of heather. And a more navigable path. That was interesting. If a little alarming descent at times, although so all that's left now is to circumnavigate this Bowness Knot and then sashay along the valley. It's been a great day, to be fair. It hasn't been many hours actually up on the fells, but I've made the most of circumstance with the weather being what it is. Look at that over the lake. It's getting worse and worse, and just as it gets to its baddest or its least good, I'll be off the fells, safe and sound. Oh, here's the way down. I always wondered where it was. And here we have it, Annandale Youth Hostel. Now, I was fortunate to start from here because I stayed here overnight. If you're not quite so lucky, you can park your car at Bowness Knot, walk up here and do the route, and then finish at Bowness Knot. Same distance, same time. Right, I'm going to have to get my feet up.